We say good morning to Atlanta Braves reliever Collin McHugh, who joins us now here on MLB Central. Good morning to you, Collin. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing great. Enjoying a little offseason.
You're obviously very familiar with both of these teams, part of the Astros and their World Series run in 2017, and then having spent time with the Atlanta Braves this year, you've seen a lot of the Philadelphia Phillies. Just your impressions through the first two games of this series.
It's a good ball club. I think that they were kind of underrated all season, just because they underperformed a little bit, to be honest. And when you get the Braves on one hand and the Mets kind of fighting for 100 wins, fighting for a division, they kind of snuck in the back door, but they have all of the things to win. They've got a good pitching staff that we've seen with a healthy Bryce Harper, and is, in my opinion, the best player in baseball and is a game changer. And we've seen that in the playoffs. And then their bullpen's really stepped up and kind of answered the bell when it's been called on them down the stretch.
Yeah, what about the Astros?
The Astros are a juggernaut. I mean, look at these guys. All they've done over the last 6-7 years is just win and keep winning and keep rebuilding and keep reloading. I heard you guys talking about, their 4 starters that they've run out this year, and each of them have just been phenomenal in their own right. And, from Verlander, what he's been able to do all the way down to Christian Javier and Luis Garcia on the back end, Jose Urquidy, able to pick up the 4 or 5 starts where you have to have those in order to be able to win as many games as they've won.
Right.
And they've set themselves up really well to be able to really take home another World Series.
Collin, take people inside, take me inside the makings of a bullpen, because you're seeing, like, okay, Rob Thompson has declared, these are my 4 guys when we got a chance to win a game, and these are my 4 guys when, hey, we're losing by 3 or 4 runs.
Let's hold the deficit.
Let's see what happens if we get back in this. On the flip side, you're seeing Dusty Baker extend guys, inning and 2/3, 2 and 2/3 for Montero. Take me inside the bullpen, and as far as a guy like yourself, are you okay coming in with traffic, sitting down, getting back up? Do you want a clean inning? Do certain guys need a clean inning? Like, I'm intrigued by all that.
Yeah, it's really kind of a interesting dynamic, and each bullpen has its own thing. Each bullpen has been run a certain way since the beginning of the year, and you don't want to necessarily have to change that a lot in the playoffs. But the playoffs present their own set of challenges where a guy might have to go an inning and a third. I saw that in Atlanta with AJ Minter. AJ Minter had been kind of a 1-inning guy all year, and then we get into the playoffs and you need him to get an out, come back out, get 3 more outs. I know. For me, it's kind of what I've been doing my whole career in the bullpen. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none down there. And you need to have guys who can do different things, be able to mix and match over the course of a game. I think Dusty has that with really like 5 guys down there who he can rely on at any given time, which is just like an embarrassment of riches. But on the other side, the Phillies have seen Alvarado, just a renaissance from Alvarado since the beginning of the year. He developed that cutter, which is almost an unhittable pitch when he's throwing it for a strike. They got D-Rob at the deadline. He's been able to come into the back of games. You know what you're going to get out of him. He's got tons of experience. And then Sir Anthony Dominguez and Brad Hand have been out there getting outs every time they've been called upon. So, at this point, you've got with the extra day too, and a little bit of rest with both of these bullpens, I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe the string pulled a little early on a couple of these starters if it starts to go a little south.
Collin, you're a master of plenty. Don't sell yourself short. Hey, I want to ask you, what intrigues me is that if you can bring yourself back about 5 years, and I first saw you when you first came up with the big hook, 9 strikeouts in his first start against the Rockies. But take us inside what makes every pitcher that seems to come to the Astros better. If they're great, they're greater. If they're good, they're the best version of themselves. If they're in the bullpen, they're minimizing their mix, maybe from 3 or 4 pitches to 2 pitches that are outstanding. You had many different hats when you were with the Astros. How did it work for you?
Yeah, I always tell people there really wasn't a secret sauce. People like to say, well, Brent Strom was there and Brent's got this incredible resume and the ability to coach guys up. And then the data analytics, they were kind of on the front end of that and trying to figure out how to maximize what guys already do, like you said. But I think for the most part, what they do over there is and it's the same thing when I was in Tampa last year, there's a lot of similarities where they put you on the mound already as confident as you can get. They tell you exactly what you do really well, and they just say, go out there and do that over and over and over again. And so guys start to learn what they're really good at, and they attack the zone with it. And when you do that, like D-Row knows, when you do that, you're going to be on the front foot all the time. And these guys have good enough stuff that if they are on the front foot, if they are ahead in counts, they're going to put guys away. They're going to go deep into games. And you've seen that. And when you see a little bit of confidence, you take a little bit of confidence from that success, and then you do it again the next time. Then you do it again the next time. So these guys have seen what it looks like to have success over the last few years, and I think now they're really riding that confidence into these playoffs.
Collin, the Philadelphia Phillies have opted to give Zach Wheeler an extra day off before his next start, should the series go back to Houston. Generally, how are pitchers' arms at this time of year?
Not great. I'm going to be completely honest with you. You know, Ron knows you're on fumes at this point. You know, you try to get a little bit of a second wind late September. You see the light at the end of the tunnel with the playoffs. Guys are on their anti-inflammatories. Guys are doing their arm programs double time, trying to stay in shape, trying to keep that thing going. But for the most part, everybody's running on kind of empty. So to be able to get an extra day at any point in time in the playoffs is huge. You know, I think with the rain out yesterday and them getting Ranger today, who's, in my opinion, he's been the saving grace for this team for 2 years now. What he was able to do the second half of the year last year, what he's been able to do all year this year as a starter, is really, really important for that team. And he's tough. You know, I heard you make the comparison to Jose Urias, and it really is good. He keeps the ball in the middle of the plate. The ball moves a lot. And him being able to go out there is going to be able to give, hopefully, Zach on the backside an extra day. And, you know, I just think it sets up really well for the Phillies.
All right, you said something earlier. You said Bryce Harper's the best player in the game. Kind of looking at McCullers' numbers, he's kind of a reverse splits guy. You throw a ton of breaking stuff. It seems like the lefties might have a little bit of trouble with him, and it might be the right-handers that need to step up. But kind of take us through the Phillies lineup and why you think Harper is the best player in the game.
Well, when you add him to that lineup and you can kind of put him, you know, right in the middle of that top 4, top 5 that they have, you have 5 guys who can really do a lot of damage. Not only are they getting on base at a high clip, you know, you've got guys, JTL Realmuto, you've got Rhys Hoskins, who can take a walk. They know the zone well, and they're used to getting big hits. They've gotten big hits. You've got Schwarber hitting 40 plus pumps at the top of the lineup.
Yeah.
You know, Rhys having these monster games, and then you have Bryce there sitting behind him, and you can't walk him because you know that there's Castellanos and Stott and Vierling, these guys who have come up big in the playoffs. So you're just trying to limit guys getting on base in front of him and behind him, and you got to pitch to him. You got to pitch to him in this lineup, and you know he's shown what he can do when he's healthy, and he's getting strikes and he's putting good swings on the ball. You know, as a Brave and as being in the NL East, it's hard to say that, hey, this guy's top of the game right now. But you know, is there anybody else that you're looking at who's like going to step in the box that you think, wow, he's gonna affect the game? Maybe Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
But we've seen what he's capable of as well. Yeah. It's just a tough lineup, and with him in there, they're able to put together some big innings, and big innings in the playoffs win ball games.
You know, Collin, we've been asked a lot about Justin Verlander. His first start, he had a 5-run lead, was not able to hold it. You've seen him at his best. What are your expectations when he gets another chance to start in this series?
Look out. I don't know a competitor in baseball who's on the level of Justin Verlander. And yeah, like you said, you're never going to think that a 5-run lead is not safe with him out there. And so I know he's thinking about that. I'm sure everybody else in the club is thinking about that. And he's going to come out. He's going to be Justin Verlander. He's going to come out. He's going to attack. I think he's going to be really good. And you know, what we've seen this year out of him is, I mean, just phenomenal. To come back from injury, to be able to do what he's done. And I think just finishing it off, he's a big believer in finishing well. So finishing this thing off, you know, if the ball gets to him, he's going to throw the ball well. I'm excited to watch.
Well, Collin, it was great to catch up with you, man. We hope you enjoy the off season. I have a feeling whenever your playing career is done, you could have a seat right here on the couch. You are TV ready, my man. So we appreciate the insight, and enjoy the game tonight.
Thanks, y'all. You too.